In the vast multiverse of fiction, few matchups are as mind-bending as Cassandra Nova versus Dr. Manhattan. On one side, we have Cassandra Nova, an Omega-level psychic parasite with intelligence rivaling the greatest minds in Marvel Comics. She is a remorseless, reality-warping telepath who has decimated the X-Men and nearly eradicated mutant kind. On the other side, we have Dr. Manhattan, a godlike entity from Watchmen, who exists beyond time, controls matter at a fundamental level, and possesses cosmic awareness. At first glance, Dr. Manhattan's powers seem overwhelming. He has the ability to reconstruct himself after total disintegration, manipulate atoms at will, and view past, present, and future simultaneously. However, Cassandra Nova is not an ordinary opponent. She is Charles Xavier's genetic twin, possessing psychic abilities that can rewrite minds, control powerful beings, and warp reality on a grand scale. If these two were to clash, the battlefield would become a war zone of cosmic proportions. Manhattan's ability to manipulate matter could make him invulnerable to traditional attacks, but Nova's strength lies in the mind, where even physical invulnerability may not be enough to protect him. The real question is, can Nova's psychic dominance break through Manhattan's detached perception of time and existence? Or is Dr. Manhattan simply too powerful for any psychic assault? Cassandra Nova, the nightmare of the mind. Cassandra Nova is more than just a telepath. She is a Mumadrai, an astral being that was never meant to exist in the physical world. Despite this, she forced herself into existence, proving her sheer willpower even before birth. She possesses incredible psychic abilities, including mind control, telekinesis, and the ability to rewrite genetic code. Her mental power rivals Charles Xavier himself, making her one of the deadliest forces in Marvel's universe. One of her most terrifying feats was single-handedly orchestrating the massacre of 16 million mutants on Genosha. Using her telepathic manipulation, she hijacked the mind of Donald Trask and commanded the Wild Sentinels to commit genocide. This act alone demonstrates her level of power. She doesn't just fight her enemies, she obliterates them before they even realize what's happening. Cassandra's biggest advantage in this battle is her ability to invade minds, no matter how powerful they are. Even characters with telepathic resistance have fallen victim to her. If she can find a way into Manhattan's consciousness, she could rewrite his very being. But there's a catch. Dr. Manhattan's mind doesn't function like a normal human's. He exists across all moments in time, making it difficult for a telepath to pinpoint where or when to attack him. Could Cassandra's psychic dominance affect a being who sees the universe as a deterministic loop? If she can't manipulate him mentally, does she have any other way to bring him down? These are the biggest questions surrounding her potential victory. Dr. Manhattan, the unstoppable god. Dr. Manhattan is not bound by the limitations of traditional superheroes. After a tragic accident transformed him into an omnipotent being, he transcended human concerns and emotions. He perceives time as a simultaneous experience, meaning he already knows how this fight ends before it even begins. This alone makes him one of the most difficult opponents for anyone, let alone a psychic manipulator like Cassandra Nova. His abilities go beyond simple matter manipulation. He can teleport across galaxies in an instant, clone himself, and disassemble his enemies at a subatomic level. In theory, he could erase Cassandra Nova from existence before she even attempts to attack. But the key question is, does he see her as a threat at all? Manhattan rarely acts unless he sees a reason to do so. One of his most impressive feats was recreating his own body after being completely destroyed. If he can reform himself at will, even if Cassandra Nova finds a way to destroy his physical form, it may not be enough to stop him. Additionally, his ability to perceive time differently means that he could anticipate her moves before she makes them, countering any psychic attack she attempts. However, Manhattan's biggest weakness is his own detachment. He doesn't fight with the same aggression or desperation as other characters. If Cassandra can exploit his disinterest, she might find an opening to influence him in ways he doesn't expect. But can a mind as powerful as Cassandra's truly break through a being who perceives the universe like a machine, following a script that has already been written? Final verdict: who wins? This battle is not a simple one to decide. Dr. Manhattan's ability to manipulate matter and perceive time non-linearly makes him one of the most difficult beings to challenge. Cassandra Nova, on the other hand, has unparalleled psychic abilities that have overcome some of the strongest minds in Marvel Comics. If this were a battle of sheer power, Dr. Manhattan would likely win. His ability to disassemble matter, his indestructibility, and his omniscient awareness would make it nearly impossible for Cassandra to gain the upper hand. Even if she managed to destroy his body, he would simply reconstruct himself and continue existing as if nothing happened. However, Cassandra Nova's greatest strength is her ability to manipulate minds. If she can exploit Manhattan's detachment from human affairs, she might find a way to influence him at a psychological level. The biggest issue is that Manhattan does not function like a normal consciousness. He does not perceive reality in the way a human, or even a mutant, does. His existence is more akin to a universal force rather than an individual being with desires and emotions. Ultimately, Dr. Manhattan has the higher probability of winning this fight. His ability to see all possible outcomes before they occur means that he would likely know what Cassandra is trying to do before she even attempts it. His sheer level of control over the fundamental forces of reality gives him an advantage that no amount of psychic power can easily overcome. However, if there is one possible path to victory for Cassandra, it would be through deception. If she could convince Manhattan that she is not a threat, infiltrate his mind in a way that he does not anticipate, or find a flaw in his logic, she might have a small chance. But this would be an extreme long shot, and one that even her immense psychic power may not be able to accomplish. So, in a battle between Cassandra Nova and Dr. Manhattan, the final verdict is clear. Dr. Manhattan wins. His perception of time, indestructibility, and complete control over matter make him nearly impossible to defeat, even by one of the strongest telepaths in Marvel Comics. Cassandra Nova is a force to be reckoned with, but against the godlike abilities of Dr. Manhattan, she simply doesn't have enough firepower to claim victory. Dr. Manhattan remains one of the most unbeatable characters in all of fiction, and this battle proves that even the most powerful psychics may not stand a chance against a being who transcends time itself. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.